Alright guys, in this video I wanted to do a quick iOS versus Droid X comparison, or iOS versus Android for that matter. On the left I have my iPod Touch 3rd generation, and I probably will be getting a new iOS device soon, just to let you guys know. And on the right I have my Droid X from Verizon, and I'm just going to show you some of the main features and compare them. So first off, a big one is the browser, so I'll go ahead and open up the browser on both of them here. And let's open Google. And the iPod Touch is obviously on Wi-Fi. The Droid X is obviously on 3G, and I'm just going to show you the speed comparison. This is not the iPhone 4, so it isn't as fast, but I just want to give you, this will be on Wi-Fi, so it'll be pretty much even, and I just want to show you what it's going to be like. So let's go ahead and open up ESPN here. Click it on both. Let go. And they're loading up. And the Droid X actually beat the iPod Touch on 3G, which is pretty significant considering that it has a 1 GHz processor, and I think the 3G has a 500 MHz processor, but the 3G was on Wi-Fi and this is on 3G. The iPod Touch 3G is on Wi-Fi and the Droid X is on 3G, so it is very significant. Let's go to let's just go to Facebook here. Okay, I'll click it and hold it on both. Go. Let's see who actually wins. As you can see, the Droid X actually tied with the iPod Touch. I did have some information on there that I didn't want to show you guys because of some of my friends on Facebook, but basically, as you guys saw, the Droid X on 3G is almost as fast as the iPod Touch on Wi-Fi. It won one test, it lost one test, so it is pretty much on par with the iPod Touch 3G. Now, given that it has a 1 GHz processor and the 3G only has a 500 MHz processor, this may have been an unfair test, but I will be getting a new iOS device soon, and I'll let you guys know, and I'll do another comparison video on what is actually faster. Now for app stores, so I'll go ahead and open up the app store there, and I'll open up the market on my Droid X. And pretty much there's not too much to show other than you guys already know what the App Store on the iOS looks like, and this is what the Android App Store looks like. Pretty similar. The iOS App Store does have a lot more apps, but the Droid X Android App Store has plenty of apps. I haven't been able to not find an app I've been looking for, and most of the apps that I use on my iOS device are pretty similar to the Droid X, so it is on par, and they pretty much do have some of these same apps, but if you want a plethora of apps, go with the iOS. Droid X does have enough apps though for me. One thing that the iPod and iOS actually beats the Droid X and Android in is obviously music. I have downloaded a third-party music player to emulate this, and as you can see, you can click artists and it looks very similar to the iPod. But overall, the scrolling on the iPod is much smoother. Even on the Droid X, as you can see, it's slightly laggy there. But overall, I mean, the Droid X is competent, but the best music player out there is iOS by far. If you guys want a specific app review, go ahead and PM me or leave a comment, because I'm not going to be doing specific app reviews in this. But I will if you actually suggest them. So pretty much that's the apps on both devices. In terms of searching, the iOS has Spotlight and the Droid X has Google Search, and you can go ahead and click inside of there, or just click the search button in the bottom right. You'll be taken to this screen. Both of them search the web. As you can see, if I type in, say, Apple, it will say eventually search the web and search Wikipedia, and you can actually start typing in here again, and it will come up with results too. And now my Droid X is actually frozen, so funny, but it will get back there soon. But oh, there it goes. But you can pretty much search them both ways. It works pretty well, and both of them are pretty competent with each other, so no big difference there. This is the iPod, but I don't actually have call quality, so I can't actually review that for you guys. I may at a later date, but sorry, I can't review the actual phone right now. In terms of all the apps like Maps, etc., They are pretty competent. The Android OS has widgets, as you guys can see there, and the iOS only has apps. So I wish they would add widgets to the iOS, but both of them, it depends on what you like, personal preference. Like, I actually like the widgets better, but you may just like apps better yourself. And finally, the last point that I was going to talk about is notifications. On the Droid X and Android devices, all you have to do is grab the top notifications bar and drag it down for universal notifications. And that is also push that comes into here. And on the iOS, you guys know when you get a notification, it just pops up here on the home page. And I personally like the unified notifications better, but it is up to you guys. You may like the iOS better, but that's just me. But overall, that's a quick comparison of Android versus iOS. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment in the description or PM me. If you want me to review a specific iOS app or an Android app, go ahead and PM me or leave a comment in the description as well. And if you aren't already, please follow me on Twitter and visit my website, as well as like me on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe and rate thumbs up. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.